Welcome to Diva Spot. 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 You're tuned in to that on the spot diva. From east to the west coast, her grind's off the meter. That blog talk Shira. Products, log on and tune in, cause the lines might be tied up. I love it, boy, you already know. You're listening to the only Diva Spot Radio.
You will have to become someone you've never been before. You want to go somewhere you've never gone? You got to do something you've never done. You got to say something you've never said. You got to go to a place in you that you've never even been. You get to redesign. You are your Michelangelo. You are your greatest sculpture. And you get to recarve and you get to up-level as much as you need. You're not sentenced to this life this way. You chose it. You get to choose as much as you want. You get to design it any way you choose. You're not sentenced to your future. You have an opportunity to your future. What do you want and how do you want it? And if it doesn't make you a little afraid, then you ain't playing big enough. Your knees are supposed to knock a little bit. Your teeth are supposed to chatter a little bit. There's supposed to be at least 2 butterflies in your stomach. At least. Because if not, you're playing inside your comfort zone.
Grand Rising Downs and Divas, it's your girl Diva Ebony B. You are now tuning live the Diva Spot podcast. It is Monday, December the 11th. I am excited to have our special guest, Dederia Awagu, that's going to be live in the building on Diva Spot. We're excited to talk to her. She is a CEO, she's a writer, she's a book author, she's a designer. So you know Diva got to bring you the best of the best in the lounge. Make sure you check us out on Diva Spot at Diva Spot Podcast Lounge on YouTube. Again, that's Diva Spot Podcast Lounge on YouTube. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. I am excited today. Of course, Diva Spot Lounge is we are sponsors. Big shout out to our sponsors. We love our sponsors and everything you guys are doing. Today's show is sponsored by Nurse Glamming and Queens Royal Sips. Again, that's Nurse Glamming and Queens Royal Sips. Make sure you check them out on divaspotent at divaspotent.blogspot.com. Again, that's divaspotent.blogspot.com. We are broadcasting live here from Greenville, Texas. You guys, it is 42 degrees outside. Make sure you stay warm, button those kids up. You are on the move this morning, getting the kids to school. You going to school. You are in traffic. If you are in traffic, please take your time. F-150s, I'm talking to y'all. But take your time on the road and make sure you bundle up. I'm excited. I'm going to bring my special guest live in the building with us. Dederia Awagu is live in the building. Dederia, hey girl, hey.
Hey.
We are excited to have you here. And Dederia, for those who don't know you and is about to get the opportunity and the privilege to find out all the awesome things that you're doing, why don't you let them know who you are and tell them a bit about yourself?
Well, as you can see on the screen, my name is Dederia Awagu. I am the owner of Wild Hearts Designs. I am 26 years old. I'm originally from a very small town, Texas. But I currently live up in Arlington near Dallas, and I have a huge background in the healthcare field, and I decided to also pursue my dreams of writing and art.
Oh, I love it. Me and you share a lot of interests as far as with the health field, art, and I got a chance to meet you at the Rise and Grind Coffee Networking event through CJ. Big shout out to CJ, the Dallas Boss Babe Networking Group. It's on Facebook. Check it out. There's so many incredible women there, but I got a chance to meet you there, and I was so excited. And can you tell us about your journey and how you combine your passion for healthcare, art, and writing to bring the human back into healthcare? I thought that was
Ah,
so interesting.
so I've been in healthcare off and on since I was 16, so about 10 years now. Um,
Okay.
I've always had the passion for helping others, and my husband is also in the healthcare field, and we both have a passion for medical humanities, which is tying the healthcare field and the creative side together to bring that comfort and just that almost homey type feel when it comes to healthcare. And it also deals a lot with ethics and things like that.
Yeah.
So the fact, hair in my mouth, the fact that we both have healthcare experience, what we did is we just started a podcast. We're working on our first episodes and stuff like that right now. Oh my gosh. And what we want to do is be able to bring patients and healthcare workers together and have that safe space where we can talk about your experiences and like all the great things that's happened and accentuate those great things. But then we also want to get serious, get deep, and talk about the bad things that have happened. And when we talk about those bad things, what we want to do is, all right, let's come up with some solutions to keep
Yeah.
those bad things from happening again. And I'll be able to use my creativity and my writing to go and partner with some hospitals, partner with some doctors' offices, honestly, any healthcare worker that wants to partner to host events for patients and healthcare workers to come together to get to know each other outside of that care field. Because if you're just going in and getting treated, you don't know your healthcare professional on a personal level. And
Yes.
it all started had becoming about numbers and dollar signs, and that's wrong, because if that keeps happening, people are going to get hurt. And we got into the healthcare field to help people, not to hurt people. So we just want to raise awareness for that, and we want to do what we can to change the healthcare field and make it more human again.
I love that, what you guys are doing. And what is the name of the podcast?
So it is called Pulse Perspectives, the heartbeat of medical humanities. I'm a girl. I'm huge on play on words, so I had to do that. But it will be streaming live, or not live yet. One of these days it'll be live. It's going to be on YouTube and Spotify for now, and then as we get the show going, we're going to open it up to other locations. We already have interviews lined up for next year, and we are so excited to get that started.
I am super excited about that as being a certified nursing assistant and also being delegated to work with those who are in trach and vent unit. And then recently spending the last 3 years working in hospice. I've seen so many things in and outside of the facility, and I love being an advocate for the healthcare, for our residents. What basically they're our family and friends,
Yes.
and those who can't advocate for themselves, and those, and as well as the senior community. I'm super passionate about that. And I love what you're doing is breaking a more personal connection between the person who is either in long-term care, short-term care, hospice, you're at home or you're in a hospital, just making it more human because people have got hurt.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
we are now seeing the medical field taking a ugly turn to just dollar cents and numbers.
Yes.
And we as healthcare professionals, we actually care. Those nurses, those doctors, the CNAs, occupational therapy, physical therapy, we are dealing with these people, and I don't want to say dealing, we are caring for our brothers and sisters, on a day-to-day basis. And we see so many things that can just a little TLC. A lot of things don't take medicine. A lot of times just take a lot of it, a TLC. And I love what you guys are doing. And I look forward to hearing the podcast and supporting it more. My next question is, What inspired you to start Wild Heart Designs, and how does your art contribute to your impactful work?
Well, um, art and writing has always been something I've loved doing. Honestly, as soon as I could pick up a pencil, I was trying to draw or write something.
Come on.
So back in 2020, um, I was in school. I mean, I'm still in school now. Don't get me wrong. We got to get them degrees. Um, I was making some like really cute like door signs and stuff for family and friends. And after a while, after doing a few of those, I was like, you know what? I could actually turn this into a side hustle. And
Mm.
instead of just promoting it by itself, like, oh, hey, I do stuff like this, I'm like, no, I'm going to make a whole business. I want to make a name for myself. And with that, I was like, all right, let's combine what I love to do, which is art, which is writing, and let's turn it into something good. Like that way people will remember who I am. And that's kind of where Wild Hearts got started.
I love it. We got a couple of designs from Wild Hearts Designs, and I really love the slogan, and I really love your designs. Outside of that, but I'm a big slogan person. I pay attention to that, and I love this. You guys, make sure you check her out on Facebook. Wild Heart Designs. All good things are wild and free. You hear me? I am here for this. This was so great and so catchy. And you can also catch her on Instagram. If you guys check out the bottom of the screen, follow her on Instagram at Wild Heart Designs. That's Wild Heart Designs. But I love the slogan, and most importantly, I love the designs. These are beautiful, and I can just imagine this takes a lot of skill and a lot of time. And these are extremely beautiful. We got Christmas season is here. We also got the New Year's coming up. So if you're looking to just bring a really beautiful flair and design and elegant and maybe just a wild design to your table this year or to your decor, or you having the girls over, make sure you check her out. And Christmas time is coming. Well, Christmas time is here. So of course, she's taking orders. And look at that drip. That right there, hunty. I I love it. So you can get your custom glassware, stem, unstill wine glasses, shot glasses, beer glasses, multiple colors. Make sure you check her out again and follow her on Instagram. But this is beautiful. How long did it take for that drip piece? Because I was looking at that like, yeah, this takes some time.
So if I'm not, if I have a day off and that's all I have planned on doing, I can knock one of those out in a day. Just depending on, as long as I got nothing else going on, and as long as the dog don't start bothering me, I can knock
Come
one
on.
out in a day.
I love it. These are beautiful designs. What is it? How did you get into designing glassware? You could have did anything, but what
Um,
what was it about it that stood out with glassware and tumblers and whatnot?
I have like on TikTok, I've seen a bunch of people that make stuff like that, and I've seen like
Mhm.
resin type stuff, and I was like, there's got to be a better way to do it because I've read that the resin stuff can be pretty toxic if you don't get the right kind. And I was like, there's got to be a healthier way. Here comes the medical field back in. There's got to be a healthier
Mhm.
way and a safer way to do this. That way, nobody is ingesting anything toxic, anything harmful, and still can look cute, still can serve, still can be like, oh my gosh, look at me, look at what I have right here. And I was like, okay. So I did my research. I found things that are, I use 100% non toxic glitter, 100% non toxic glue. Like everything is body safe.
Love it.
That's really important to me, is to make sure everything is safe for the body.
Well, I love it. It's your Queen Diva, Ebony B. Ebony B, live here on Diva Spot Podcast Lounge. I got my special guest, Dederia Awagu, here live in the building. Owner and CEO of Wild Heart Designs. Make sure you check her out. We're gonna do a play of the day, and when we come back, we'll have more with Dederia and Diva Ebony B. Let's go. That was the play of the day. That was Cecily Jones was Sexy and Fly. Make sure you check her out on Instagram, on YouTube. That's Cecily Jones. I got my special guest, Dederia Awagu, live in the building. And that was the play of the day. Make sure you check out all the artists that I play on Spotify. You know, Diva is always showing love. We got Dederia live in the building with Wild Heart Designs. Make sure you check her out on Instagram. It's at the bottom of the screen, so you can go and check her out and all of her designs. I am feeling sexy and fly all day long. Big shout out to my sister-in-law, Brittany. She got me this beautiful, beautiful necklace, and it says blessed. She know I love everything bling. And speaking of bling, Deidre, you are coming with the bling, honey. I was looking at your page, and I was like, this is my type of diva. And I like all things shiny. I like all things bling. Make sure y'all check her out. Her incredible designs, everything that she is doing. But like you said, if you give her a day, honey, look what she gonna do for you. Look how she gonna get you right. She and like Snoop Dogg made the comment, said, man, she don't miss. She don't miss. My next question is, how do you incorporate elements of mystery, supernatural, and horror into your writing? What draws you to these genres?
Well, I'm a spooky girl. I love all things spooky, supernatural, but what drew me to it is I like to research things.
Mm-hmm.
I like to take different legends, different creatures, I guess you could say, like different supernatural things that from different cultures. I love to learn about them, and I like to educate people on them, and I like to incorporate that into my writing. I'm working on a novel series right now, and I'm so excited for it, but I'm loving every aspect of the research phase of it right now. And I like all things spooky. Halloween is my favorite time of year.
What did you do for Halloween this year? What were you?
I had to work this year, but
Oh.
I took little stuff that I had and I refurbished an old werewolf costume I had. So I had my little ears. I was a cute, your friendly neighborhood werewolf right there.
Okay. I love that. I watch a lot of movies. I have yet to get into horror. And well, no, I'm not even gonna say I'm old. I'm a bit wise. So
I love it.
my horror movies and films were a lot more different than what they are now. You know, a lot of it's really realistic and it's really like catching. And I know it's made to do that, but I'm like, yeah, when you say horror and mystery, I love a good mystery. So that is super awesome.
Funny, the novels I'm working on, they have a horror element, but it's like a detective series. So you got supernatural stuff in it, but you're also like, oh my God, who did it?
Who did it?
Exactly.
Are you planning on partnering with Audible for your books?
I haven't thought about that yet because I'm still really into the research right now for it.
Okay.
Maybe further down the line when I'm ready to publish that first book in the series, then maybe I might consider partnering with Alignable. I'm not sure yet.
You did already publish a children's book, and The Adventures of Finn, the Fearless Spirit. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the illustration. I love everything in the book. I think everybody should actually publish a children's book, and that's my own personal opinion. But tell us about the book and how did that come about?
That book is actually being published this month once I finish.
Okay, nice.
All the illustrations for it because I do all of my own illustrations. I do all my own writing. Funny enough is it came up because I was working on writing the first book in my novel series, and I had writer's block. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to work on something completely different. And maybe that'll kind of get some new ideas flowing. And I was like, let's write a children's book because let's face it, the children, they're our future. And I want to inspire kids because you probably can't tell, but I have a really hard time meeting new people. And I wanted to use the book to show kids like, hey, it's okay if you're scared to go meet new people. It's okay if you're scared to go on adventures. But try to have the attitude like Finn. Be fearless as long as you try, because the more you try, the more natural it'll come.
I have this saying where, and I love that. I have this saying where do it if you're scared, do it scared.
Yes.
And shout out to Mary Kay, because I learned that from a lot of directors and saying, they have a chicken list. And fear only means that you don't have enough information about something. This is the only reason why we fear things, because we have not did enough research, or we don't have enough information about the person or the situation, and we kind of fall back from it. So I'm so glad that this book is going to be dropping this month. Do we have a date that is dropping?
Not yet. My goal is by the 30th to have it ready and maybe drop it on the 31st. I'm still working on the illustrations, but it's so close to being done.
I love it. You guys are now tuned in live to Diva Spot Podcast Lounge. I'm your host, Diva Ebony B. We got our special guest here. Dederia Awagu is live in the building. She is the CEO of Wild Hearts Designs. Make sure you check her out. She is a writer. She is an artist. She is a multifaceted talent here. And we make sure we bring the best of the best here in the lounge. If you are here, go ahead. You can comment while you're here on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. I see you guys. Hey, good morning. Go ahead and if you have any questions for her, or if you want to give any comments, go ahead and place your comments in the comment section, and we will bring them up on the screen, and we'll be happy to ask them and show her some love. My next question is, can you share a specific experience or story where you were able to inspire someone, regardless of their age, to follow their dreams?
Definitely. So without giving the person's name away, because it did happen while I was working a healthcare job, so I don't want to break any laws, because
shout out to HIPAA.
The law over here. Well, I had a particular patient that I had ended up getting really close with, because I like to get to know the people I'm working with or working for. Yeah. And as we got talking, I just kind of started because they asked why I got into healthcare, and I just started explaining, like, I got in it to help people, but I also didn't want to give up on my dreams, because even if I made my art and writing a hobby, I still am able to use that to go home and take care of myself, to take care of my health, to express myself and not be stressed when I go into work the next day. And as we got to talking, the patient revealed to me that they were struggling with some self-doubt about pursuing their own dreams. And they found comfort and inspiration in my story, and then they realized that they can balance the demanding profession and working corporate level, or working as a mechanic, or whatever it is, but they can still go home and make their dream a reality. And they reignited that belief in themselves that they can do it, and they decided to pick back up on, because they did music and that was their thing, and they decided to pick it back up. And even if they just did it as a hobby, that's great, and for all they know, they could turn into a career one day.
I love that. We need people to motivate us, and sometimes, a lot of people don't have bedside manner, and no shame, but I'm just gonna call it out. Don't let the eye booger be in the eye, or the cliffhanger be in the nose. Say something, y'all. But a big part, I believe, is we in business is customer service, but in the medical field is bedside manner. I think sometimes medical professionals, they see so many people every day, so it's kind of like mundane, in and out, in and out, in and out. And when they asked us why we became healthcare professionals and why we're able to share our story, but we need to motivate them on a personal level. Not just on professional level. Yes, I'm coming to do your vitals. Yes, I'm coming to give you your medications. Yes, I'm going to get you up for physical therapy. Yes, we're going to give you a bed bath, or give you a shower, or turn you, or change you, and all the things are thinking. But let's not forget about them as a human, as a person, holistic. And I just really am passionate about a holistic person, because I've seen patients that I work with, and they have had plenty of meds, but it wasn't until I start working with them, or other people start working in them, their health started to improve, because all I was getting was TLC.
That's all medication can help, but if you're not working on the inside, their heads, their hearts, if you're not getting deep rooted into,
Come on.
if they're having some mental health issues while they're sick, if we can work on them mental health issues on the side as well as healing their body, they're gonna like shoot up. Like they're gonna get so much better, so much faster. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. And that's where I'm like, nah, not if I have anything to do with it. We're gonna learn to take care of the body, the mind, and the soul.
So
Work all of it together.
I don't know if you've seen it, but I did see this article where and a dementia and memory care unit, where they had a lot of people who were kind of like depressed, really nonverbal, didn't say too much. And what happened was they started to play music for them. Mm-hmm. And they brought the music component onto the unit, and these people started to come alive and sing, and because they knew like this was their era of music. And I think that is so important. Just sensory is very important, and I just think it's a beautiful thing. A big shout out to Just Fly Events. We see you. Grand Rising, thank you for being here. But it's so important to bring those sensory eyes and music and touch and food. All right. I know the dietary department is trying to get me right now. Like, Diva, no. But it's just the small things, right?
Exactly. Like you had mentioned a memory care unit. For over a year, I was a worker for a memory care unit. And it was so is the best way to say it. It was just And when I come in to work, it's not a shift. I ain't working a shift. I'm working with the patient.
It's your care ministry. Come on now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no. And I love all kinds of music. So I'm like, let's get something going in here. And it was around Christmas time. And I'm a sucker for some Elvis Christmas. I will not lie. My grandma got me into that. So I found old CDs that they had here that had dust on it. I said, no, we're cleaning this off. As soon as I started playing this music, everybody came alive. Like, tapping their feet, singing. People who have not spoken in months started singing along with it. I'm like, see, this is what this place was missing. And when our director came in, she's like, oh my gosh, it is alive up in here. And I was like, you not hear the music? Y'all need to have something playing more often, because if not, it's just going to be, it ain't helping these people. And that's what people need to realize.
And it doesn't help the medical professional too. We need to have, some music. Music is a very powerful tool. It helps to the soul. You can go from singing and singing Christmas songs to Nuck If You Buck, and it's important. And I'm so glad. And I love that statement where you're saying bringing a human back to healthcare. I love that you are very passionate and an advocate to use your creative writing skills, to use your design, to use your podcast, to do these things, and to remember that these are humans and we are humans too. It's not just all paperwork, money, and we are changing the environments in the healthcare industry. And I love that. And I think that you should be allowed to have music and like what you said, people are coming alive. So I love that you are doing that. My next question for you is, how do you balance your role as a writer, an artist, and a healthcare professional? How do you balance all this?
Well, let's face it, I love a little chaos in my life, because if I'm not constantly doing something, I get bored at the snap of a finger.
Okay.
But honestly, as a healthcare worker, at the end of the day, and I'm pretty sure you and any other healthcare worker can relate to what I'm about to say. At the end of the day, you're exhausted. You're tired. Yes. You're frustrated. You might be thinking, oh my God, I hate my job. I hate my life. But we got to stop thinking like that, because we got into, like I mentioned before, we got into the field to help people, not to hurt people.
Yes.
So I use my writing. I use my art. I use my glass winemaking, whatever I'm doing at that moment. I use that as my escape. That is my chance to reset, refresh, rewind, and just release all my frustrations for the day. Because the next day, what if I don't do these things? God forbid the next time I go into work, I accidentally hurt or even kill someone. And that is not, my goal is to help. So that's part of why I like to speak on this, is because I want healthcare workers to know, hey, it's okay if you're frustrated. Go home and take care of yourself physically and mentally. Because if you don't do that, the next day you could hurt someone. So I just want to let people know, go home. If you got to go home and throw a glass plate and break it, all means do it. If you're going to go write some nonsense on a piece of paper and throw it in a fire, do it. Do whatever is going to help you release that frustration and that anger and that resentment that you may be building up. And honestly, if I wasn't doing that, I probably would have quit the healthcare field a long time ago.
What are 3 things you feel that can bring the human back into healthcare? Where are 3 places that we can start as healthcare professionals, as family members? Because we are a care team. It's the patient, family and friends, healthcare workers, everybody is involved. So what are 3 tips or suggestions that you would give that we can start utilizing right now to bring the human back to healthcare?
First and foremost, understanding and compassion on both sides. Because as a healthcare worker, you can say all day long, I'm here to care for you, I'm here to care for you. But you're doing that from just a paper side. What are you doing on a more personal level to learn about your patient, to learn more about your patient, just other than their diagnosis? Learn who they are as a person. You don't have to learn a life story. Just learn a little bit about who they are and what makes them tick and what makes them thrive. That's a huge part. Same with family. Don't just look at your healthcare worker as a nurse, as a doctor. Look at them as a human. Get to know them a little bit other than as a healthcare worker. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to know their whole life story. Just get to know them as a person, not just a title. Because once we do that, then that will help open the floodgates for so much more.
Yes.
Another thing, I guess, would be a big thing: patience. Patience on both sides. We understand as healthcare workers that you're sick, you're hurting, you're not feeling good. And I've been on both sides of it, so I understand. It's frustrating as a family member when your loved one is there and they're hurting or they're sick and it feels like nothing's being done. And if more families could understand that healthcare workers are limited to what they can do. They can only do so much by law, per their hospital, per doctors. They can only do so much, and they're trying. But at the same time, healthcare workers need to know that you need to advocate for your patients. You can understand, okay, something's not right, something's not working. You need to push and be like, no, y'all need to do something else. And help your patient, help teach your patient and the families to advocate for themselves. Advocation is the third thing. It's like I was saying, advocation is huge. You got to advocate for yourself. You got to advocate for your patients. Because if not, what happens if a family member's like, no, something's not right, and the healthcare worker doesn't listen? There's been too many situations I've seen like that. You got to listen. You got to listen and talk and advocate and understand and be compassionate. Those are huge things that the healthcare field is starting to lack severely.
I love that. I love that you said that on both sides. We got to be patient, and sometimes the healthcare worker is not listening, and sometimes the patient is not listening. It's both sides. We're just going to back. Oh, I know what's best for you, but I know my body. It's kind of
that middle ground.
It's like that middle ground. They're saying, oh, she just say that because she doesn't want to get up, or she doesn't want to, it's just certain things that's not working. But I think just taking the time out to listen, to understand, not just listening to respond. And that's what I'm learning is, Ebony, listen to understand. Don't just listen and collect information to respond your opinion, but listen to overstand. And I'm going to say overstand because I believe when you understand something, you have limited information. But when you overstand, you have 360. You're looking at it holistically. Deidre, I want to thank you so much for coming to Diva Spot Podcast Lounge. You got any events coming up? Let's talk about that before you get out of here.
Not quite yet, but
Okay.
at the first of the year, I might be doing a special giveaway just to bring in the new year. Because let's face it, this 2023, some people have had the best year of their lives. Some people it's been kind of just dragging along. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make 2024 the year to grow, the year to thrive. And so we got something maybe coming up at the first of the year, a little giveaway event, whether it be a customized glass piece or something nice will be coming up soon.
I love it. Make sure you check Deidre out on Instagram. Follow her on Instagram, Wild Heart Designs. Make sure you check out everything that she is doing and check out her beautiful glassware, shot glasses, tumbles, everything that she has going on. The Christmas holiday is here, so she is taking orders right now for you guys to get your custom glasses or custom drip tumbles. So make sure you check her out. The book is going to be dropping this month, The Adventures of Finn, the Fearless Ferret. Big shout out to all of those book writers and those making children books and those who are on the spot and on the grind. Deidre, do you have any shout outs? Because I know you're super busy and I want to thank you for being here with me on Diva Spot Podcast Lounge. Do you have any shout outs?
Well, first of all, I'm going to shout you out because honestly, this right here, getting to know you has been amazing. Getting to talk about, because you can tell you're passionate about what you do, just getting to meet other like-minded people who share the same, even if we're not in the same field, but we share that same passion, that same fire. It breathes life into me and I'm loving it. And then just my family. I got to shout out my family because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for them. So shout out to my fam for sure. And then anyone else who's struggling, who needs inspiration, y'all can reach out to me and I will listen to you all day. If you need just someone to talk to, I want to shout out all them people out there that need inspiration, that want to inspire others. Just don't give up because y'all can do it. If I can do it, y'all can do it.
Diva, I want to give you an award today. It's from going from normal to bold, breaking out of the ropes of normalcy and being bold for it and advocating for the healthcare industry and also being a bold writer, being a bold woman. And that's what it's about. So I am so proud of you. I look forward to working with you and us doing some events in the future as far as like bringing that human back into healthcare. It is important. And I look forward to one day coming to your fabulous podcast. Could you tell them again the name of the podcast that's coming?
It is called Pulse Perspectives, the Heartbeat of Medical Humanities, and it will be dropping sometime in the first of the year.
All right. Thank you, Deidre, for being here. We appreciate you. It's the Queen Diva Ebony B. You're now tuned in live to Diva Spot Podcast Lounge. Thank you for being here. Make sure you follow me on all social media networks at Diva Ebony B. That's at Diva Ebony B. And while you're here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the page. Diva is working to get to 15,000 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe while you're here. Like the page, the channel as well. And also make sure you share it. Thank you again, Deidre, for coming through. You know, we got to have the best of the best. We got more incredible talent coming up on Diva Spot Podcast Lounge. And also make sure you check out Diva Spot Radio at www.divaspotradio.blogspot.com. Check us out over there. I'm going to take a music break and I will be right back with that with that spiritual feeding and that educate and regulate session. Until I get back, make sure you check out www.blogspot.com. Of course, www.divaspot.com/blogspot. Today's show is sponsored by Nurse Glammy, as well as Queens Royal Sips. Again, Nurse Glammy and Queens Royal Sips. Make sure you check them out at divaspot.blogspot.com. Again, at divaspot.blogspot.com. Let's go ahead and take a music break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, you got me so intertwined that I think I can see my high in your eyes. Come a little closer, fine. In time, find what I hide deep inside. Don't be surprised. You'll be surprised. Don't be surprised. You'll be surprised. When you found me, couldn't figure why you leaving. Fuck with a nigga. Been down, seen some shit that'll seal your soul and everything you believe in. You're the Messiah, you're my savior. Never been higher, open my safe up. Don't let that go over your head, bruh. This ain't that, can't buy this here, son. I don't know most times. Yeah, I guess if I'm still breathing, they say I'm fine. But anyway, my love, you've traveled high, been down so low, and you're so kind. I wouldn't go unless you try, yeah. You got me so intertwined that I think I can see my high in your eyes. Come a little closer, fine. In time, find what I hide deep inside. Don't be surprised. You'll be surprised. Don't be surprised. You'll be surprised. I dig where you come from. Together by chance. Organic and all sorts. We hung in advance. Friends for so long. Recently started flirting, then you started working closer. Luncheon, functions, consumption. You got me so intertwined that I think I can see my high in your eyes. Come a little closer, fine. In time, find what I hide deep inside. Don't be surprised. You'll be surprised. Don't be surprised. You'll be surprised.
Still preaching and I'm still hungover, still drunk from a Saturday night. But I just wanna trade it all for a chance to make it into heaven gates. Cause they say I'm living wrong, well shit won't change. I got bad ways, but I'm asking you God, please take them away, far away from here. I misbehave, this lifetime hurts, but I'ma make this work. So I'ma take them to church, hey. Good morning church, I came to grieve till you wanna calm my nerves. They say they got Saddam, but see how this works is now we get to sit back and see who bombs who first. God.
Big shout out to College Dreams with that with that spiritual feeding session. The song that you heard before was by Bump Pro. It's called Elevate. Make sure you check out Bump Pro on YouTube, on Spotify, on SoundCloud. I want to get into this spiritual feeding. Y'all know we gotta feed our spirits every day. Daily. In the morning, have your word. You have a snack in the middle of the day, have your word. You have a lunch, have your word. You having a snack after that, have your word. Dinner, have your word. You having a snack after dinner, have your word. Like, I'm really encouraging you guys to make sure that you keep your spirit well. Ain't none of us perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect, but I do make sure I feed my spirit. And I use my one of my daily devotionals, which I got a whole bunch of them, but it's on my phone. It's called the Bible app. And the really cool thing about the Bible app is you can pick the plans of what you want to reach your devotional on a daily devotion, whether it be stress, whether it be entrepreneurship, whether it be loneliness, grief, happiness, joy. Like they have a long list. So I encourage you guys to download the Bible app. It's a brown app on your phone. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show you guys this before we get into this word. It's going to be this. There we go. This little brown app right here. It's called the Bible app. So make sure you check that app out. And I am in a plan called the Pursuit. And it's the pursuit of God's vision. And it's a 28-day one. So you can do a 3-day one, a 5-day one, a 7-day one, whatever you want to do. You can definitely do it. And matter of fact, on Wednesday show, I'm gonna review this app. I'm gonna do a video for you guys to review this app if you want to check it out. But today's word comes from, and it says, "Who doesn't like a gift?" And if you want to get this message, it's on my Facebook page. I always post it on my Facebook page every morning. But it says, "Who doesn't like a gift? Do you like presents? You know, the surprises that you don't expect that fulfill your hopes, dreams, and leave you breathless. Everyone loves the thrill of receiving gifts, especially big gifts. Well, God is a gift giver as well. All right, y'all. How have you discovered yours yet? What gifts? You may be saying, well, each person who trusts in Christ is given a gift or gifts that are used to spread the message of Jesus to other people and to help Christians learn more about Jesus. Take a look at today's reading and see what it looks like for you. Out of the gifts listed in the reading today, which one do you think you might have? Take a spiritual gift inventory to find out and what descriptions of each gift. And after you find out what your gift is or what you're asking or writing down, talk to your mentor during your meeting time this week and ask God and ask how your gift could benefit your church. Take a few minutes and thank God for gifting you. Thank you, Lord, for my gifts. Thank you, God. Thank Him for trusting you to build His kingdom on earth. Ask God to show you your gifts so you can use them to serve in Christ. Some of us have spiritual gifts. Some of us have we have vocal gifts. Some of us have ministry gifts. Some of us have cooking ministry gifts. Some of us can have art. Everybody has a gift. And I want you to take the time out to write down what you love to do, what you're good at. And if you don't know what you're really good at, just write down what you love to do. What comes natural to you? Anything that comes natural to you is a gift. Me hosting this show and me interviewing people, me motivating, it's for a lot of people, this may be overwhelming, but I'm just doing what I'm doing naturally and motivating you guys. And as you hear, you can go ahead and comment in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. What is your gift? What are you things that you are overjoyed for? What are the things that you do natural? Some of us have gifts in children, childcare gifts. Some of us has gift in cooking or creating or decorating, designing, building gifts, building homes. Like everything that you can do for the good is a gift. How can you improve your community? How can you use these gifts in your church, in your family? Organization is a gift, believe it or not. Time management is a gift. Business management is a gift. Like we all have a gift, and I don't want us to miss out on the opportunity of utilizing that gift because you don't even know that what you have in the inside of you is going to bless somebody else's life. And it's sad to say that some people out here feel like they are not a blessing and they're They're not important, and they don't have anything to bring. And that is far from the truth, you guys. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a calling. And I don't want you guys to ever miss out on that. Don't never let anybody tell you that you are useless. And never let your current situation determine your identity. If you are in a place where you feel like there is no hope, you got a lot of negativity around you, don't let your current situation determine your identity. Get up, keep moving forward. Take one step in front of the other, because there is somebody depending on you to go out there and be bold. And they gonna break out of chains. They gonna break out of depression. They gonna break out of addiction. You don't even know. So let's talk about your gifts today. What has God given me with? God, how have you blessed me on today? And if you don't know what it is, if you're not for sure, and just know that you don't just have one gift, you have multiple gifts. Take the time out and write down the things that you love to do, things that you would do for free, things that you just enjoy doing in your pastime. Even some people have sports gifts. A lot of these people that you see out here, you scroll past them every day. You're looking at them on your phone. You're looking at them on your TV. We are all gifted. So I want you guys to take the time out to feed your spirit. Take the time out to get to know God. Take the time out to get closer to your Creator. Get to know Him. Have a relationship with Him. It's super important. That is your spiritual feeding for the day. I am your host, the Queen, aka Miss Motivation, BKA Miss Ebony B. Moss. I am here to get you guys up and moving. I'm so grateful that you're here. Make sure you like and subscribe while you're here. We're going to get into this educate and regulate session. Escali, come on in here, baby, and let's go ahead and
It's time to educate and regulate. It's time to educate and regulate. It's time to educate and regulate. On the front line with Diva, Ebony B. Come on. It's time to educate and regulate. It's time to educate and regulate. It's time to educate and regulate. On the front line with Diva, Ebony B. Come on. Hey, Queen, gon' teach you some. Hey, Queen, gon' teach you some. Hey, Queen, won't you teach me some? On the front line, Diva, Ebony B. Hey, Queen, gon' teach me some. Hey, Queen, gon' teach me some. Hey, Queen, won't you teach me some? On the front line with Diva, Ebony B. Come on.
I definitely appreciate you, Escali. Make sure you check him out at www.escali.com, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on social media networks. Let me teach y'all something today. And for those who are getting to the bag, let's get to the bag, aka that grant bag. Big shout out to Coach K. I love Coach K. I've been definitely following her and the support of her, and I love what she is doing. And she is giving you 7 grants that you should apply for. Like Coach K, we're showing it right here. I love, and big shout out to my sis, because my sis, Sharice, aka at Just Why Event, she was like, sis, here is a list, and she sent me all types of things of grants to apply for and all of that great stuff. And I wanted to share with you guys how to get to the bag as well, and how to apply for grants. And don't just apply for one grant, apply for many. And I want you guys to make sure you're checking out Coach K and everything that she's doing. But check it out. Look at this right here. The High Five grants for moms in September. This is September the 30th, but you can still apply for these guys. The 15th anniversary entrepreneurship, the SK5 skip rope grant, all of these. Check these grants out. Check these people out. Check out all these opportunities. The CCWC Women of Colors grants, the Equality March grant, Fresh Start Business grant. That's a really good one, you guys. The Fresh Start Business grant. Make sure you check it out. That's another good one. And the Amber Grant. The Amber Grant is another one that's good. Now, what I will say is grants should be free. You should not be paying anything for grants. Me and my sis was having a conversation about this. You should not be paying for a grant. A grant is a grant, and a grant is a grant. Okay. So when you're filling out these applications, make sure that you're not spending all this money in these fees, because they should be free. You shouldn't have to pay anything for a grant. And if you choose to pay, I mean, that's fine with you. I'm not saying you don't that you don't have to, but I would just encourage you guys to look for grants. And when you're applying out there, don't be spending all this money because you're trying to get granted some money and not necessarily have to come out of pocket. So yeah, get on your grant game. Do it for 30 days straight. Apply for one grant a day. And that means that you're going to have to be putting in some work. That means you're going to have to be purposeful. That means you have to put it on your planner. Now, by this time, you guys should be already shopping for your planner for 2024. And when you get your planner, go ahead and mark that in as to apply for grant. Even if you got it on your phone, your digital planner, put it in, apply for a grant. Remind yourself, apply for a grant, because you want to start building some revenue and some money for your business or for whatever that you're trying to do in the near future. And make sure that you have a goal to improve the community. One thing about these grants, they're going to ask you, what are you planning on doing with this money? And if you just saying, oh, I want to do this for me, not so that saying they may not pick you. They're looking to give money to people who wants to improve the community, who wants to help the community. You can offer everything from products to services. So make sure you are doing that. It's the Queen Diva Ebony B. I really appreciate you guys for being here. Big shout out to my guest, Dederia Awagu, CEO and owner of Wild Heart Designs. Make sure you check her out on Instagram and Facebook and all that great stuff. I want to share a scripture with you guys today, and this is something new. Big shout out to my mother, love. She sent me this, but I want to share a scripture because we are in December, and today is December the 11th. So today's food is Proverbs 10. Again, that's Proverbs 10, verse 12. Make sure you get this food today, whether you on your lunch break or whether you just in the middle of the day. Make sure you get this food. So I'm going to do this every time that I'm on the show. We're going to share a scripture, and I'm going to go to it now. And it's in the Bible, is in my Bible app. So I'm going to go to Proverbs 10 and 12. Proverbs 10 and 12. Open up that book, Proverbs. There you go. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 12. Okay. And the verse goes to say, hatred stirs up quarrels, but love makes up for all offenses. So Proverbs 10 and 12 says, hatred stirs up quarrels, but love makes up for all offenses. I love that. We can hate somebody and have hatred to somebody, and that's the Lord talking to me. He's talking to you too. When he's talking to me, hatred will constantly stir up drama, but love makes up for all offenses. So if you offended me, and if I have offended you, I apologize. And let's bring love back into community. Let's bring love back into family. Let's bring love back into everything. That's Proverbs 10 and 12. And you're right. If I forgive you and I love on you, I can't hate you. There will be no squabble between any of us. But I want you guys to continuously get your food. Make sure you check out divaspot.blogspot.com and get your Diva Spot ENT merch. Get your merch. You got your hoodies, your mug, your dog change, your long sleeve. We got Frontline Fridays over there. So make sure you check out divaspot.ent.blogspot.com and get your merch. Make sure you follow me down here on all social media networks. I really appreciate you guys being here. Until next time, my friend, keep your skincare right and your front legs tight. And also keep God first, family second, and career third. I'll see you guys on Wednesday with more fabulous entrepreneurs, talents, and motivation. Bye, guys.